Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Javon Keys. It's now time for Frontline Business. There was a decline in profit for Wigton Wind Farm Limited following a decline in wind speed during the 6 months ended September 30. Now, the period April to September ended with $455.7 million in profit, representing a 15.8% decrease. $541.5 million were recorded during the corresponding period a year ago. Meanwhile, revenue for the period was 7% lower at $1.5 billion. Wigton attributed the adjustment mainly to the reduction in sales of electricity, which resulted from lower production. The listed company says wind speed during the period was lower than the comparative period last year. Jamaica's tourism industry is showing signs of recovery, with over 211,000 passengers visiting the island while spending US $231.9 million since the reopening of the sector locally on June 15. That's according to Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. Now, the tourism industry was shut in March when the government closed the island's borders in an effort to control the spread of COVID-19. He said from the United Kingdom, British Airways has started a twice-weekly service to Montego Bay from London's Gatwick Airport, which is adding to the regular flights into Kingston. Virgin Atlantic, Bartlett said, also returned to Jamaica in October from Heathrow to Montego Bay with a twice-weekly service and an expectation to increase to 3 days each week for the winter. As stocks and bonds across the globe continue to fear fallouts as a result of the effects of the novel coronavirus COVID-19, financial services company Sterling Asset Management has said that it continues to grow its client base. Speaking at a recent business forum, Tony and Nita Elliott, Assistant Vice President of Personal Financial Planning at Sterling, said that despite reports of volatility, investors have remained confident in the market. She said that while the onset of the pandemic was marked by uncertainty and hesitation globally from persons contemplating whether or not it was the right time to invest, with some even moving to cash out investments in fear of the worst, they quickly realized that the pandemic would end no time soon, which has led to increased interest as the markets picked up. Now, Charles Ross, President of the and Chief Executive Officer CEO of Sterling, noted that the company has been able to successfully weather the effects of the pandemic with little to no impact on its finances. Now on to stocks in Wednesday's trading session. The JSE Combined Index declined by 269 points to close at under 4,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 82 stocks, of which 33 advanced, 39 declined, and 10 traded firm. The Junior Market Index declined by 23 points to close at under 3,000 units. Stocks advanced for Barita Investments, Caribbean Cement, Caribbean Cream, Caribbean Producers, and Consolidated Bakeries, while stocks declined for Access Financial Services, Blue Power Group, CAC 2000 9.5% preference shares, CAC 2000 and Cargo Handlers, while trading firm were 1834 Investments, Siboney Group, Community and Workers of Jamaica CCU, JMMB Group Limited 7.25% preference shares, and JMMB Group Limited 7.5% preference shares. Lasco Manufacturing Limited was the volume leader with over 22 million units, followed by Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares with 18.6 million units and Grace Kennedy Limited with 2.4 million units. And now the foreign exchange. Now on to commodities. Oil futures rose Wednesday after an industry report showed that U.S. crude inventories fell by more than expected as prices continued to be supported by news of successful trials of a vaccine for COVID-19. Now, Brent crude was up 31 cents to settle at $43.92 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate oil gained 36 cents to settle at $41.72 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.